Alright, so this video on the daily push is the first in at least a two-part series on something that's more important than your actual board when it comes down to helping you skate, and that is your core. So in this first video, we're going to be going over how proper control of your core is fundamental in allowing you to skate good and to avoid injuries as well, along with showing you some exercises that you can do to learn how to get proper control of your core, properly stabilize your core, which is something that a lot of people don't know how to do. And then in next week's video, I'm going to be going over some skate-specific core exercises to get you that extra stability when you're skating. Alright, so first off, what is your core and what does it do? Well, contrary to popular belief, it's much more than just your abs, and it helps you do much more than actually just doing a sit-up. So it consists of many different muscles, amongst other things, located anywhere from your knees up to your shoulders. And one of its primary roles is to help you stabilize your body. So it does this by contracting many different muscles at the exact right time, in the exact right order, and the exact right intensity. Basically just this orchestra of muscles firing at the right time. It's much more than just your abs. So essentially a proper functioning core creates a block that acts as a platform for your arms and legs to generate power from. They like push off that block. Also as well, it should limit like little micro movements in your spine which cause injury, and basically protect you from a lot of other injuries as well. Alright, so the way that many of us live our lives these days, like constantly sitting in, you know, forward flex positions on computers and phones and stuff like that, creates imbalances all throughout your body. And as a result, it's not uncommon that someone can't properly activate their core and stabilize themselves when they're moving in general or when they're skating. So over time, this can lead to back pain and just kind of general injuries and pain through the rest of your body. And maybe more importantly to you, it can make you skate worse as well. So learning how to properly stabilize your core will enhance so many aspects of your skating, and not only just the things that you're probably thinking about, like being able to like hold manis and slides and grinds and stuff like that easier, but also it's going to improve your pop and just straight up make skating easier, and you're going to learn tricks easier. So imagine when you're out skating and you go down to pop a trick and your pelvis and your spine just kind of like moves a little bit to the side. That's going to completely put you off balance, and it's going to change the direction and the effectiveness of the forces that your body's trying to generate to pop that trick. Alright, so how do we retrain our core to function properly and to stabilize us properly? Well, first you need to learn what a neutral spine is, which is the most optimal position for your spine to be in and the best position for you to stabilize from. Okay, so to do this, stand up straight, like right now, get up, stand up, do it with me. Basically, stand up straight and try and get your head as stacked above your shoulders as you can. You can roll your shoulders back a little bit and stack yourself on top like that. This is gonna be hard for someone who's maybe got a bit of a nerd neck and they're like got that kind of forward head situation going on, but just do your best job to basically get in line. And then you wanna figure out what your neutral zone in your lower back is. So to do this, I'm gonna tuck myself in and basically give you a better view, you know? So what you want to do is get your hands on your hips, and you want to basically just roll your pelvis forwards and backwards, like just moving at the pelvis. And the midpoint between like the two extremes is basically your neutral zone. So for me, that is about here. So this is the neutral zone that I want to be in, and with everything stacked on top. So this position that you're hopefully standing in now is the position that you want to maintain for all of the exercises that I'm going to show you, and for the majority of exercises that you're ever going to do. You want to try and maintain that neutral spine. It's not about flattening your lower back, it's about finding that natural curve in your lower back and maintaining that. Okay, so now you've got the neutral spine down, we can begin with the exercises. So these are called the big three, and it's 3 exercises that are basically recommended by the world's leading expert in the spine and everything related to the core, Dr. Stuart McGill. So these exercises are going to train your core to function properly and fire in the right pattern, and then they'll ingrain that pattern to stabilize you properly as you move and skate. So before going into the exercises, McGill recommends doing a little mobility movement. So for this one, you want to curve your back up as high as you possibly can, tuck your head under, and then curve the other way, lifting your head up. You want to be exhaling when you're curving down like this, and then inhaling on the way up. And you want to hold each position for a few seconds. Yep, that's good, Gypsy. Just have your head up a little bit more and you're good. Alright, so for the next exercises we're about to start, you want to make sure that you're maintaining that neutral spine throughout every single one. Throughout every single rep, you've got to be holding onto that neutral spine that you were learning before. So this one is the partial curl up. You want to have one leg extended and one knee bent. Get your hands tucked there in your lower back to basically just kind of help you maintain that neutral spine. and you want to lift your head and your shoulders off the ground just like a tiny little bit. You don't want to curl up like the classic kind of gym movement. You just want to lift up just a little tiny bit, and making sure it's just your shoulders and your head that's coming off, so not the whole of your upper back, just that tiny little portion. If you want to make it a little harder, you can just completely contract before you move and lift your elbows up off the ground and do the exact same thing. So this next one's a classic you've definitely seen before, just a side plank. So you want to get the foot of your upper leg in front of your other one down on the floor, making sure you're completely in line from head to toe. You can put your hand on your opposite shoulder and just making sure you're contracting in that position, you're maintaining that neutral spine, and hold it, and down. So if you've got no mates, you can use a mirror to make sure that you're staying in that good position. If that one's too hard for you, you can amputate your legs from your knees down and basically just support yourself from your knees to your elbow. Drippings. For this one's the bird dog, and for this one you can put a ball on your back to make sure you're kind of not losing that neutral spine to the sides. And what you want to do is basically just extend your leg straight out and the opposite hand straight out. You want to contract your fist, the fist of doom, tight to basically kind of activate more muscles. And just you're making sure that you're kind of maintaining that neutral spine as always. To pause in between each rep, you can bring your hand and your leg to each other and then just go straight back into the movement. Hold it for 10 seconds, making sure you're contracting tight. I know some of these exercises look easy, but if you're like really contracting your body and like stiffening everything, they're gonna be hard, trust me. If they're really easy, then you're not doing them right. So if you find this one really hard to like maintain your balance and your legs and arms are going all over the place, one thing that you can do is start off by just doing, for example, your leg at a time, hold that for 10 seconds, go back down and then hold your arm out for 10 seconds, contracting the fist. One common mistake as well is like lifting your leg up too high and your lower back curving, or lifting your arm up too high and your upper back curving. Alright, so in terms of the amount of reps that you should do for each exercise, McGill recommends doing basically like a pyramid scheme. So for example, the first set, you could start off with like 6 reps of 10 seconds each rep, and then leave a 20 to 30 second break, and then do a set of 4 reps, and then down to 2 reps. And as well, one thing that's super important is that you learn how to breathe as well whilst you're bracing yourself. So don't brace and then just hold your breath, like brace and learn to breathe as well. So you can practice these exercises every single day, and for a beginner it might take about 2 or 3 weeks to master. And once you can basically hold every single rep with that neutral spine throughout the whole rep with no problems, then you can move over to the exercises that I'm going to be doing in next week's video that are going to be more like skate specific, core stability kind of exercises. So make sure you subscribe for that video and for everything else that I put up in this channel. Lots of skate related content that's going to improve how you skate and how you feel when you skate. And that's it for this one.